Hey guys, welcome to my channel, K Fits My Life. So today I want to talk about how I got felonies and misdemeanors expunged from my criminal record. Now, as I've talked to you guys before, you all know I'm very open about my past and the things that I've been through and things that I've done. So since I started another business and I'm kind of getting myself all the way together, I wanted to make sure that I didn't have a bad criminal record. And I had a few things on my criminal record. I had some felonies and some misdemeanors. So this year I decided I wanted to get all of that stuff expunged. And I didn't know if I could or not. So the first thing that I did was I started Googling what things could be expunged from your criminal record. Now, there are allowances for felonies and misdemeanors to be expunged from your criminal record. However, I didn't want to do it all myself, because once I went down there to ask how I would go about getting these things expunged, I went to the clerk's office in the criminal building downtown, and the person behind the counter told me, well, there's two things on here that you can get expunged, but you can't get anything else expunged. And I said, really? That was contrary to the information that I had researched. Now, I'm just going to be honest. Every time I've gone down to talk to them, there have always been some white people behind the counter that looked at me and immediately looked at my record and talked down to me. And they did the same thing this time, because I said I want to talk about getting these items expunged, and they pulled up my record and was like, oh, there's a lot of things on here. I don't think, before they even looked at it, right? So they immediately said, well, there's only two things that will be expunged. All these other things will always be on your record. And I said, so you're saying that I will always have this felony on my record? It will never be able to come off? And he said, no, it will never come off. You will always have it on your record for the rest of your life. I said, okay. So I went and called an attorney. And fortunately for me, I know an attorney. It's the same attorney that has been on my show previously. And she said, I can help you, right? So she quoted me her price, and she said, okay, this is what we need to do. She looked up my record, which I had before, and I had brought it in a folder. So I had all of my convictions. I had felonies for forgery, one felony for forgery, a couple misdemeanors for shoplifting, a few for driving on a suspended license, for driving on a revoked license, one misdemeanor for altering my tags, for driving without insurance. I think that pretty much encompasses everything I had on my record. So she quoted me a price. She told me, okay, you need to go down there and pay the expungement fees. All right. And you need to pay the court costs. So I had already looked online and I saw the court costs. It was somewhere like $2,000 worth of court costs that I had to pay. So I paid those. Then I went back down to the clerk's office, and I told them, hey, my attorney has asked me to come down here to pay these fees to get these records expunged. So they quoted me the price. They told me how much it was, and I paid that. And then they told me, well, there's another thing on here, and you know, you can pay we can attach that to one of the other ones, and then you can just go ahead and get out of here and pay that one too, and get that one out of here. And I said, my attorney didn't say anything to me about that. He said, well, I'm just trying to save you some money. You can go. I said, I realize that, but I'm going to do exactly what the attorney told me to do. And since every time I come here, no one can give me a definitive answer, because as I was asking that question, they were saying, we don't know. We have to pull this up. We have to order this. I said, to alleviate all of that, I don't want to do any of that. I'm going to do exactly what I came here to do today. And I'll talk to my attorney and have them contact you if there's something else that needs to be done. He got a little salty. He was a little salty with me talking to him that way. But I also feel like as a black man and as black people in general, when we go down into the justice system, we have to talk to them in a way that doesn't allow them to think that just because they are not where we're standing, that they are somehow superior to us. Because that is how it feels when I, as a black man, go to the justice system for any reason. I always feel like they look at me as if they are better than me, and I am somehow there groveling to them to ask them to help me do something. And I didn't want that to be the case this time, because that isn't the case. So I said, no, sir, I will not be doing that. I'm going to do exactly what my attorney advised me to do. And if there's anything else, we will call you. He was scouching. He was upset. I felt really good about that. So I left there, went back to my attorney, and I told my attorney what happened. She said, I'll contact the clerk. I'll have them call me. So they eventually called her back. They found out what I needed to do. I had to go back to the clerk's office, and they gave me a piece of paper to fill out. And they said, just sign here, here, and here. This will be taken care of. When it's all done, we'll send you a letter in the mail, and it will have everything listed that as being completed, and you'll be done. I said, so this is it. I don't have to do anything else. I don't have to come down here anymore. She said, you're done. It's all taken care of. So at that point, I officially restarted my life without having all those items on my record. Now, was it expensive? Fairly. I would say between court costs and expungement fees, I probably ended up paying around maybe $3,000. And the attorney quoted me a certain price, but because I've known her, I think she gave me a special rate. So the main thing is, I would say, if this is something that you want to do, it's going to require you to take some time and set aside some money. It's not going to be free, but I can honestly say that I feel so much better knowing that I could go anywhere and someone could look at my background and they won't see all of that stuff anymore. Because for me, all of the things I had on my record was from when I was between 19 and maybe 30. And I'm 45 now. So all of that stuff for the most part was over 20 years ago. And I wanted to get all of that stuff done because I am not that same person. So it took me some time to do some research. It took me some time to set aside some money. And then it just had me just to go down there and just say, okay, I'm getting this done now. All right. So I'll leave a link to my attorney. If someone wants to have this done, I'll leave a link to her firm and you can contact her and see what she wants to do. And I'm going to do a live stream also, and I'm going to tell some stories about all those convictions and everything that I did during that crazy time in my life. All right. But that was my experience getting my record expunged. It took a while, but it was worth it. All right. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments, please put them down in the comments. If you have any questions, please put them down in the comment. And if you like this video, if it's helpful, give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you all on the next one. All right. Peace.